let's start with some pleasantries. How's everyone doing? This is the cold open.
I'm doing all right. It's a really cold open because it's the beginning of winter in the winter storm. That's how cold of an open it is.
Oh, snap. How is it over there in your neck of the woods?
Oh, I'm fine. We just kind of got some gross rain. We're sort of on the outer edge of it, so it's not really doing very much.
It was high in the teens today.
Oh, it's way colder there than where I am then.
It was nice, though, because I played basketball right before this, and then I walked to my car, and I wasn't sweaty about 10 seconds later. So
nice. But you were frozen.
Yeah.
By the end, yeah. You were a frozen human being.
I was like a nice meat stick with a sweaty, salty coating.
Ooh.
That sounds really good. That sounds really good.
That's actually our family's traditional Christmas dinner.
Bro, a meat stick would hit the spot right now.
Yeah.
With a salty, sweaty coating? Absolutely.
Christmas just isn't Christmas without a salty meat stick.
That is ham.
That is ham. That's just a Slim Jim. Speaking of cold, one of our housemates lives in a city, or not even a city.
A township.
A township. And I checked on the news how cold it was, the low this morning. Hank, can you guess the low temperature of this town in Idaho?
Stanley, Idaho.
Stanley, Idaho, I should say. Stanley, Idaho.
Doxed. Your friend just got doxed.
Yeah,
I'm saying
he's the only guy there, really.
They can Google the single residence of Stanley, Idaho, and they will find that it is this guy. And the temperature there was, I'm going to guess, -15.
-27 degrees.
Shoot, I was going to say -20, and then I second guessed myself.
Yeah, well, you still would have been wrong.
I would have been closer. I would have gotten more points.
It was -31 this morning, according to Cooper, so...
I've been out -40. That's the coldest I've been in.
Where was that?
That was in Indiana. It was actually the first time in like decades that Purdue had shut down for cold weather.
Oh my God.
You do a physical?
The fear for me is that it freezes up into your body and then you die.
I was just trying to figure out what that I never heard that term, and I was in my head trying to figure out what it is. And then I instantly got it. And I was like, oh, I don't want to hear that ever again.
I had a family member who, like a very old, died before I was born family member who allegedly was electrocuted because he was peeing and the lightning went up through his pee and electrocuted him.
Oh, old Jimmy Numbnuts? Oh, yeah, I've heard that one before.
I am in shock. I can't even do a bit on that.
He was in shock too. His nuts were in shock. But
I was very shocked. Let's get this episode started. I don't want to talk about this anymore. Oh boy. It's the second annual draft of the worst of the year. Hi.
Welcome
to No Good Ideas, the podcast where we talk about the worst ideas in history and pop culture. But today we're throwing it back. Last year we did the worst of 2021 draft. Today we're doing the worst of 2022 draft with repeat guest Cowan Jenkins. You know him. You love him. You've seen him on the hit KTVB show Idaho Today. You've seen him doing comedy sports all over the country, really.
I've done comedy sports in two. I've done it in England as well. So.
You did in Manchester?
Scotland.
Oh my God.
I did in Scotland.
That's so cool.
Yeah. Dang.
Did you score any comedy goals?
If the goal is winning over the people of the Edinburgh Fringe Festival, then yeah, I could say I did.
That's a touchdown right there.
I keep forgetting you've done the Fringe, and it makes me really jealous and angry, to be honest.
Hey, bro, let's run it back. Let's do it like 2024.
Yeah,
Edinburgh Fringe. Because Comedy Sports Manchester, they're there for a month every year. So
dang, and that's it's pretty feasible. It's strange. I also do comedy sports now. It's strange that I'm now in that community technically.
For those who don't know, the Edinburgh Fringe Festival is basically a month-long party where every act that could even conceive of itself as art just kind of comes in Edinburgh, Scotland, and does their thing and parties.
Yeah,
That sounds
it's a good time.
awesome.
It's a dream of mine to go there.
I want to go to that.
So cool.
Yeah.
It's basically
Bradley, we could go do our Pet Tricks act.
Yeah, let's do that. Remember that camp? That was awesome.
That was a long time ago.
That was so long. That's like half a decade, really.
That wasn't this year.
And this year was 2022. You know what we're doing. And if you don't, let us explain. We're going to do an draft a la the podcast, All Fantasy Everything, where we're each going to create a team of the worst ideas of 2022. And when we say worst ideas, just to keep it fun, keep it light, we're excluding some bad stuff. Mainly like, I don't know, political stuff. You get the vibe.
We're keeping it silly in here.
Keeping it silly just because there's a lot of actually bad things that happened this year. And we're not overlooking that. We acknowledge that there's some really terrible stuff that happened this year. We just don't want to make jokes about it.
I'm not making any Idaho local news jokes right now, frankly. It's that's not good. It's not good.
No, not good.
Yeah.
But the way it's going to work, let's do Hank and Cowan. You guys are going to do a rock, paper, scissors challenge. And whoever wins this gets to decide the order of this draft. So let's go. Right. On a count of shoot. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot.
Damn it. I died to death.
So, Cowan, you're going to be doing the order of the draft. But might I remind you that this is going to be a serpentine draft.
What's a serpentine draft?
Great. Cowan, do you want to take the lead on that?
Well, I asked the question, so...
Well, the thing is... Okay, Hank, do you remember what a serpentine draft is?
Yeah, it's when you pick your favorite snake. Real quick for the audience, I know that there's going to be members of the audience that aren't satisfied with us saying we did rock, paper, scissors and not knowing what happened because this is an audio format. He did rock, I did scissors, I lost. I really quick wanted to help those out there because I feel like if I just knew there was rock, paper, scissors and didn't know what was played, I'd want to cry. So,
that's why they call me Cowan the Rock Jenkins. So,
I should have thought of that. Fuck. So, serpentine draft is where one person goes, and then the person who went last on the first draft round goes first the next draft round.
Hey, he remembers.
Fantastic. Yes. So I'm gonna pick the order because I won. So I'm gonna go me, and then Hank, and then Brad. So the order is gonna be me, Hank, Brad, Hank, me, Hank, Brad, so on and so forth.
Hot corner.
All right.
Okay. So I'm going to lead off this draft with something that was not only bad, but is near and dear to my heart. And my worst idea of 2022 is buying cryptocurrency in January of 2022.
Yep.
Which I did.
I remember that.
We did some New Year's resolutions at work to put on the show Idaho Today. And one of my first resolution was make $3,000 in cryptocurrency. I have lost $2,500 in cryptocurrency.
Oh, no.
I didn't know it was that bad, Cowan. Oh, my God.
No.
So I have some friends I have a friend who became a millionaire in cryptocurrency. And he's like, you got to get in. So I got in. He's probably made about 300 grand from it, and he's doing all right. He recently went to the Philippines to play in a cryptocurrency NFT video game tournament. He's on like a pro NFT game. It's basically like Pokemon, but they're all NFTs.
That sounds awful.
Yeah. I always thought those games were just like. I just thought those games were like luck. I didn't know.
There are some games that are like that, but this game is like it's like Pokemon, but maybe a little more strategy involved. It's like a Hearthstone maybe, but goofier looking and NFTs. And point being, Ethereum crashed by 10 times, which is one of the main one. Bitcoin crashed by like 7 times 700%. So buying cryptocurrency in January of 2022. Not a good idea.
Nah. But as someone who is a recent new PC owner, it made graphics cards way less expensive. So thanks for that. Yeah.
Yeah, shout out cryptocurrency for crashing.
Yeah, I can get a freaking, not to nerd out, but a NVIDIA RTX 3070 Ti for a reasonable price when I feel the need to get one. Yeah, I've been looking stuff up. I know my stuff now.
That's a pretty good place to be.
Mm-hmm. So that is a terrible idea, Cowan. Buying cryptocurrency in January of this year. I'm sorry for your $2,500 loss.
Bro, it's not lost until I sell it.
That's
it
true.
It can still go up.
Yeah. Okay. So you obviously you couldn't cash out, but
no. So if the game Axie Infinity ever takes off again, I'll be there. I'll be flexing on the IG.
Nice. All right, Hank, it is time for your first pick in the
My worst
of,
idea.
Yes.
Of 2021. Also happens to be crypto 20. I'm actually going back a year just for funsies. I'm revising. I'm doing a redo. No, my worst idea of 2022 is also cryptocurrency related.
Ooh.
And that is going to be, this is still in motion. And this is still, there's allegedness here because the trials haven't happened, but running a fraud scheme, a massive fraud scheme on your cryptocurrency exchange company in a decentralized market, and then getting, your market. This is a long bad idea, but you all know what I'm talking about. FTX getting destroyed and its leader being, is now has gotten out on bail and is going to be living with his parents. That's new information. That's where we're at right now as we're recording. He is on bail until his arraignment in January, around when this will be going out. So you guys will have a little bit more insight on this, I'm struggling with words, than us. But so I think that it was a little not smart to run a fraud scheme because now that guy has no net worth and also is going to be, he's been put in prison for a little bit already. And maybe more later, we'll see.
He is currently living at his parents' mansion in the Bahamas, which was valued at $15 million.
The poor thing.
I am living in a home, and I'm doing great for myself. I'm living in a home in Boise valued at $300,000.
Nice.
Sam Brankman-Fried, he's doing all right. He's doing all right for himself in the grand scheme of things.
Yeah. And I've never seen such a catastrophic thing happen where he basically just came out with a notes app apology saying hey guys, I messed up. I'm really sorry.
Almost one of the weirder, a worse idea. Actually, I'm going to revise it. The worst idea here is the way that he's handled his public interactions. Because you know how when they say if you've been arrested or something, or if you're in trouble with the law, shut up. Don't
he did
talk.
Not shut up.
No. He did not. He went out to media and Twitter and stuff to just talk.
A full apology tour.
And in a CoffeeZilla video, admitted to fraud by accident, or maybe not. Everything that you've said can be used against you in court, and he would not shut up. So that's the worst idea, was the way that he has handled going out and his public handling of it.
Bro, he was living the dream for a year, though. I mean, beginning of this year, he was in a house, 10 polygamists, getting after it, making money.
Wait, what is this?
Oh, you didn't know? So
no.
He FTX, the company, bought a house for 10 of its top executives to live in, and they were in a 10-way polyamorous relationship, living in a mansion.
Yeah. Wow,
it's
that
awesome.
Is wild.
So he put his girlfriend who was part of this in charge of their investment wing, and she had essentially no experience in that, and she came away with bill. She is also a big player in this. She stole probably billions of dollars.
That ran the secondary company that was kind of used as I believe I saw she just pleaded guilty to something, didn't she?
Yeah.
Ooh.
I think I want to. make sure.
I would imagine. I mean, she's super guilty of some stuff, so that does not surprise me. But they were, I mean, they were having a good time. There'll be a super sick movie that's directed by the guy who did The Big Short, probably.
Yeah.
Like Jonah Hill plays Sam Bankman-Fried. It'll be a good time. So
that's gonna be on Amazon Prime. I can feel it right now.
For sure.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Caroline Ellison pled guilty to fraud. Yep.
Oh, wow. Just like that.
Man, I'm saying I want one from the people who made The Social Network. That's a good movie.
Yeah, we need another one of those.
Yeah.
Get Aaron Sorkin. Get some snappy FTX dialogue.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Get some, Trent Reznor and Atticus Ross music. Maybe like not Army Hammer. That's a bit of a thumbs down.
Maybe not, but also include a rowing race scene for no reason, but just have it in there. I mean, it made more sense in The Social Network, but I really like that scene, so just do that again.
Throw it in.
Bring back the woman who played London Tipton.
Brenda Song.
Yeah, bring her back.
Yeah, where is she?
Okay. Quick Google. She's dating somebody weird.
Yes, Macaulay Culkin.
Yeah.
Oh, ew.
Yeah, that's why I'm wondering, like, where is she? Did she just marry Macaulay Culkin and was like, yeah, I'm done?
Oh.
I mean, hey, good for them. I hope the best for them. Have a great life. I was just not expecting Macaulay Culkin.
They're getting real freaky in like a mansion on Long Island right now, so...
You know what?
Owen, do you know where every person of note lives?
I don't know.
See, this is what happens when you're a comedian. You just make stuff up.
You make shit up.
Yeah.
Alrighty. I've been talking forever about FTX though, so I'm declaring that Bankman-Fried's public handling of the FTX collapse is my worst idea of 2022. Bradley,
I have one that is not crypto related, believe it or not.
Thank God.
And it is not keeping Will Smith's wife's name out of your mouth. I feel like there's definitely bad stuff that happened before that, but that was the biggest event in my eyes of the year in terms of everyone was talking about it.
Yeah, for like 3 days.
Yes. The next day at work, like the first thing I said to like the office was, well, are we going to talk about it or what? And that was like all we talked about that day. In like the next few days, really. So yeah, the slap. What do you guys? How do you guys feel about the slap? Was it worth it?
Pro.
Pro
slap. It was fun.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
celebrities need to get hit every once in a while to remind themselves that they're human.
Exactly. If
Steve Jobs had a guy who he paid to like slap him really hard, like once every 3 weeks.
Mm-hmm. He did that instead of like taking ibuprofen. He had some guy like slap him.
That's actually how he died. Is the guy just hit him a little too hard and his head just did a 180?
Yeah.
So they didn't tell you.
Yeah, that's so true, Hank. That's so true.
So true. Hey, well, I thought you said comedians were supposed to make stuff up.
I believe that is what the song "Did a Full 180" is about.
Yes, it did a full 180. Yes. But if Will Smith was going to slap Chris Rock, someone else probably was, and I'm happy that we were able to see it. All that being said, I like Chris Rock as a human being. Not my favorite comedian, but as a human being, he's fine.
As a zebra, hilarious.
Perfect zebra. Oh my God.
Wait, was he the zebra or was that Jerry Seinfeld?
No, he was the zebra.
Okay.
Was Jerry Seinfeld in?
I don't think so.
Madagascar?
Yeah.
Oh, totally.
No, he wasn't.
Maybe he was the giraffe.
He was the giraffe.
You're thinking of David Schwimmer.
Well, apparently I can join Kanye West in being anti-Semitic then.
Hey, don't say pics. Don't say pics.
No spoilies.
No spoilies. But yeah, honestly, deep down, in the moment, I was like, this is my real opinion on it. It was stupid. Why'd he do that? Why did Will Smith go up and slap Chris Rock? If he's so defensive of his wife, didn't Will Smith think that she was strong enough to take a joke in the moment? If they wanted to, could talk about that moment off stage and not slap Chris Rock, I just thought it was dumb. I thought he needed to get over himself. So yeah,
it had the same energy as like when two sports teams kind of get into a scuffle and there's a guy who tore his ACL and he's like yelling from the back, like, "Hey, like, don't mess with my boys!" Like,
right, exactly.
He had that energy to him, and it didn't work.
Yeah. So that's how I felt. Hank, do you agree, or was it worth it?
I think that from his perspective, very stupid, very, very dumb. And, like, it's affected his career because, like, he's got that movie Emancipation coming out on Apple TV. And like, you go in any comment section about the movie of slap. That's all anybody talks about.
He can't go to the Oscars anymore. He's banned.
Yeah. It was so weird that he then got one after. That was a weird turn of events.
About that was so weird, and I hated that.
And because everybody's still trying to figure out if it was because of that. I think that made people were like, "Is this part of the show?
Yeah,
was that real?"
The only way he could have fixed that is by bringing up Sasheen Littlefeather to accept.
Yes, absolutely.
His Oscar. Mm-hmm. For those who don't know, that's the Native American woman who Marlon Brando brought up to accept his Oscar for The Godfather, and she started talking about Native American rights and was promptly booed off the stage. Apparently John Wayne wanted to punch her in the face.
It was like a disgusting reaction from the crowd. Yeah. Like, yeesh. Like, I know people say that the Oscars are too political right now. You could debate that, but I'm so glad that it's at least not what it was back then. It's so bad. But the Will Smith slap, not keeping Will Smith's wife name out of your mouth is my pick, and I get to go again. And
round two.
You know what, Cowan, you said it, so I'm just gonna take it. The downfall of Kanye West. Yeesh.
Yeah.
Yeesh. Yeesh. But yeah, it is weird, sad, and gross, but also insane in the most, like, we all knew something was up with Kanye West for a long time. I didn't expect it to all fall down this quickly. Like, he used to go on,
you didn't expect it to all fall down.
Yes, exactly. He used to be flying on private jets with like the biggest names in the world, and now he's like going to like strip mall sushi restaurants with B-tier YouTubers. Like, it's crazy how far he fell.
Yeah. One thing I'm surprised about is in that video with Alex Jones, he had like a black mask over his face.
Yeah.
But nobody seemed to be like saying like that's not Kanye West. Everyone's like, no, yeah, that's
yeah, there are no conspiracy theorists were like, no, it's not him. Like, none of his fans tried to deny it that way.
Right. My favorite thing that came out of this was the Kanye West subreddit trying to figure out who they are.
And, like, and eventually becoming a Taylor Swift for a little bit. Taylor Swift fan
became
subreddit.
A Taylor Swift subreddit, which, hey, good for them. I'm not a Swiftie per se, but
I'm getting a call real quick. All right. Also, me and Brad and Hank are recording a podcast about halfway done. I will order the pizza and give you my credit card to go pick it up. Come up here when you're ready, and I'll call in the pizza. Okay. See you. Bye. All right. I will also have to do a quick pause to order a pizza.
All good.
So
sounds good.
Give me like 2 minutes.
Are we doing that right now? Yes, we are.
Yeah.
Hi, I'd like to order 2 pizzas for pickup.
It's a good pizza restaurant.
Could I pay with my credit card? Could I pay with my credit card right now?
He's going to record this?
Okay, cool.
Give me 1 second.
This is going like, all right.
Craig's going to love this.
Yeah, like 20%. All right, thanks. All right, we back. Let's get it.
We're leaving all of that in.
Craig's gonna steal your. Yeah, we're
leaving the whole pizza. For reference, assuming they edit this out, I just ordered a Magic Kingdom and a clam and bacon pizza for
clam and bacon. Wild choice for pizza.
All right. Have you ever had clam chowder?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome. Have you ever had it in a bread bowl?
No.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's how you eat clam chowder. Have you ever sprinkled bacon in your clam chowder?
No, but that sounds great.
Yes, but you should. That's what it is. It's just the flavors of clam chowder, but on a nice Italian bread, and it's like a white sauce, like a garlic parmesan sauce. It's good stuff.
Hey,
I'm
I also
starting to be
like.
really worried they just poured it on there. Just pour some clam chowder on it.
They just take Campbell's clam chowder and just pour it on some easy bake dough.
Throw it in the oven. It's good.
No Good Ideas. We'll be right back. My pick was Yay, and Hank, it is your next pick.
Alrighty. I think that I'm actually having trouble choosing because I had a second one originally, but now I'm going to the slap was up there for me too. So I'm gonna say, in general, Elon Musk trying to be funny.
Dang it! I should have picked that.
Wasn't this a pick last year or something similar?
I don't remember.
Was it?
There was something about Elon Musk on SNL last year. I think was
so this is the same thing. It's Elon Musk trying to be funny. Yeah, dude. Like, there's plenty of other things we can talk about Elon Musk, but right now I'm talking about just him trying to be funny. No matter how hard he tries, he's not funny.
Yeah, it's tough.
He can't buy that. He can't make that happen. He can't force it into happening. The biggest example being him showing up at a Dave Chappelle show. Dave Chappelle's fans didn't like him.
Yeah. Jeez, that was
they
so
didn't
bad.
think he was funny.
And then they proceeded to make fun of the fans for being too poor. I was like, what are we doing? What are we doing?
Response. Perfect way to handle it.
Just Elon, just hire like a funny Twitter person who has 15,000 followers who says funny stuff to just run your Twitter account.
Right.
And boom, you'll be popular because famous people like their content more.
So, Hank, I just want to make sure you are specifically picking Elon Musk trying to be funny, correct?
Nothing else he did, just him trying to be funny. He's utterly incapable of it. You can use any other thing you want, but you cannot take him being funny because that is a bad idea, and he keeps trying to do it, and he will keep trying to do it forever because he seems to believe that, no, I definitely am. They had me on Rick and Morty, so it means I'm funny.
Was he on Rick and Morty?
Yeah, twice.
Oh, God.
Right?
That hurts.
Yeah. Also, not entirely that surprising.
It's not surprising, but it's just
exactly.
Yeah, it's like finding out that two people you don't like date each other, and you're like, ugh.
Like Elon Musk and Grimes.
Yes, exactly.
Actually, I like some Grimes music. Don't get me wrong, but
yeah, I don't know too much about Grimes.
You're not going to believe this. I don't know any of her music.
Oh, it's fine.
That's fine.
Hank, you don't seem like the Grimes person. I think you're fine. You can keep living your life.
Yeah. All right, I got two picks now.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
So first off, you guys are Seattle area. So this one's positive for you, but not positive if you're a member of the Denver Broncos front office. One of my worst bad ideas this year was the Denver Broncos trading for the apparently washed up shell of Russell Wilson. For this, they gave up Drew Lock, Shelby Harris, Noah Fant. Shelby Harris and Noah Fant are both pretty good. Drew Lock doesn't start, so not really a big deal. 2 first-rounders, 2 second-round picks, and a 5th-round pick in this year's draft. The 5th-round pick in this year's draft turned out to be Tariq Woolen, who was probably the best young cornerback in the NFL and is going to the Pro Bowl this year.
Wow.
So Seattle is 7-7 right now, doing all right, and Denver is 3rd to last in the NFL. Which means that Seattle is going to get Denver's 1st-round pick, which will be one of the best picks this year because Denver was one of the worst teams. Not a good idea of a trade for the Denver Broncos.
Wow.
It's so funny because a lot of people are saying in Seattle, be like, Russell Wilson was never really good. No, Russell Wilson was loved in Seattle.
Yeah.
Everyone loved him. And it was crazy how fast everyone turned. I thought it was going to be like when the Denver Broncos came back, everyone's going to be like, yeah, Russell, we still love you. No, it was just straight booze.
Damn.
I've never seen Seattle fans aren't really that mean. I've never seen us turn.
I don't know. I don't know.
Compared to a Philly or Boston sports fan.
But like Boston sports fans aren't mean to their own team, at least in my experience.
Yeah,
Seattle fans will like turn on their own people. Like, what?
Wow.
Do Boston fans turn on their own teams? Now, keep in mind, I don't know that much. I don't spend that much time around sports, but I feel like Boston fans were pretty like hardline loyal.
Yeah, but
dude, Seattle fans kind of.
Russell fell into the Macklemore thing of like universally beloved, but everyone is like, he is like kind of corny as hell,
right?
But we love him because he reps our city. Macklemore has stayed repping the 206, and Russell Wilson sucks.
Yeah. I used to defend Russell Wilson like, oh, you hate him because he loves his wife. What about that? What's wrong with that? But now, you could just say, what is it? Sierra, right? Is his wife?
Yeah.
She's great. Nothing bad to say about her. But yeah, Russell Wilson. Sorry, bud.
Oh, you hate Macklemore? You hate Macklemore because he likes the deal?
I'm going to throw out a free honorable mention. Well, no, maybe somebody was going to pick this. I won't say this
don't
yet.
say it. No, don't
say it. But there's something relevant to what you just said.
We'll do honorable mentions at the end.
Yeah.
So,
speaking of honorable mentions, shout out to the HBO Max show Raised by Wolves. I thought it was very excellent science fiction, which is why my third pick is for a worst idea is HBO putting David Zaslav, the Discovery CEO, as the head of that sort of merger between HBO and Discovery, canceling a bunch of good HBO stuff so that they can make more crappy reality TV.
Yeah. I'm just going to put you down for Warner Discovery, the whole thing. Because oh my gosh, I had that on my list.
Just mowing down like animation on their, oh man, the way that they screwed over animators on their platform makes me so mad.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Like so many animators' work just doesn't exist anymore.
Yeah.
That's
it. The craziest part. Like a show like Westworld, which was the most watched first season of any HBO show ever. Where do you get it now? You have to pirate it now if you want it.
That's insane.
Wait. Westworld isn't on HBO Max anymore?
Nope, they just took it off.
Or they are in the process of taking it off. It might still be up there, but
that is so stupid.
Yeah. And that's like a flagship HBO show.
Yeah.
That's insane. It is so sad how far, because
they also made a Batwoman movie and then just didn't release it.
Yeah.
Like they poured millions and millions into it and just didn't release it.
Somebody has got to have a copy out there somewhere that will make it out at some point, right? There's no way that is entirely like in a safe, like, but it's crazy because it's just stuff that people can't see anymore. It is hurting no one for any of that to exist. It's absolutely ridiculous. So that's a good pick for worst idea.
There was a hot minute when HBO Max was like, everyone was like, yo, you got to hop on the HBO Max train. So much better than any other streamer out there. And now everyone's like,
Yeah,
exactly.
Like, they don't have a lot of good originals anymore. They have like some good content, but it's slowly being taken off. So can't really trust it.
Yeah.
The whole Warner Discovery thing, absolutely terrible. Cowan, that was a great, terrible pick. Speaking of terribleness, Hank, you're next.
All right. I'm taking that honorable mention that I realized when Bradley said something and I'm moving it up. Making your public persona, loving your wife, and then cheating on your wife.
Yes. That was a great pick. Being the wife guy.
That's a bit of a bad idea. I did not give one single iota of a shit about the Try Guys, but I was fully tuned into that whole saga because it was
insane.
Funny.
Yeah. It made international news and everyone was like, I've never even heard of the Try Guys. And I'm not going to lie, I'm a fan of the Try Guys. I think they make great internet content. And the fact that this was happening, I was eating it up. I was there live when the news was like breaking and people were like figuring stuff out. I was refreshing that Reddit page. I was like, oh my gosh, this is happening. This is happening.
Yeah.
Gosh.
Like
this is why you got to be super mean to your significant other so that
absolutely
you don't make it your personality.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not going to endorse that on this podcast. I'm not going to stick with the bit too long.
Sorry, babe. I couldn't come to your office Christmas party. I have to keep my PR intact.
Yes. Yeah, I will go on the record. Be mean to your wife. Live your life and be mean to your wife. Put that
on like an Etsy like knitted thing and hang it up on the wall.
It's on one of those wooden blocks with black text and with a black paint and white text.
Yeah, there's like flowers surrounding it. Live life, be mean to your wife. Yeah, but shout out to the Try Guys now. They're killing it. They've bounced back and they're probably making more money now. Yeah, but
good for them.
Yeah, and there's also like Adam Levine that fell into the wife guy. John Mulaney fell into the wife guy. So yeah.
Yeah, true. Yeah, just don't publicly love your wife. Yeah. Talk smack.
Talk smack to your wife. Okay, actually, be a human being and kind to your wife. Just don't make it your personality trait.
Don't make it your personality if you're not actually going to do it. That's that's the issue here.
I'm just hoping the market audience for this podcast isn't incels and we didn't like start.
Oh no,
something.
Yeah. we have
These
no
guys are making good
time.
points. We just made it onto a 4chan forum somewhere. I'm worried.
All right, Brad. Before we get banned, what's your next pick?
My next pick. Ooh. I'm gonna say. Okay, you know what? It was so big, I have to pick it. Being the Queen of England in the year 2022.
Oof.
Terrible idea. I'm just, I mean, are you going to disagree? It wasn't a good idea.
I can't argue with that.
Yeah. Being the queen. I'm writing it down. How did you guys find out?
I was sitting in a newsroom.
Oh, snap. With your job.
So I heard it before it was on our website.
Wow.
It was like, it was like seeing, those things where somebody goes and whispers something to the president. It was somebody going in and leading to the lead editor's office and saying, the queen just died. It was that kind of energy.
Because I think the way it works with like the first people who find out are the BBC. They get the news first from the royal family. Makes sense. Then that travels. So I don't know if it was reported by the BBC first and then you got that information, or maybe it was like sent to you guys like, hey, the queen just died. Just letting you guys know.
I wouldn't know.
Yeah.
I just edit videos.
Yeah, that's not your gig.
I heard about it. I was eating onion rings in a sports bar after a softball game and drinking beer. So the most American way. Yeah.
I was watching the BBC. I remember when I woke up and I saw the news articles be like, hey, she isn't feeling that good. I was like, oh, this is the only thing I'm going to be watching today. And I don't know if you're watching the BBC when it was announced, but they cut all their programming. It just went straight to black. A full screen of the logo came up in black and white, and then it faded to their main anchor in a black suit and black tie.
Damn, they got a costume change.
Yes, it's like, obviously I don't really care about the royal family, but it like my heart sunk just the way they presented it. I was like, oh my gosh, this is like big news. But let's be real, being the Queen of England in this year, not a good idea.
Bad idea.
Yeah, so
certified bad idea.
Being the queen, bad idea.
I can't believe we just did we can all like, this is equivalent. Like, do you remember where you were when 9/11 happened? Like we were able to just do that.
Yeah.
We all remember where we were when the queen died.
Something way less consequential.
Yes. Yeah, it literally does not impact us at all. It impacts Canada. They're going to have new money. But yeah, doesn't really affect me. But now I go again, right?
Yeah.
You do.
Serpentine.
I have one that's like an actually like legitimately terrible thing that happened, and one that is, I got to go with just the straight up bad idea, bringing Morbius back to theaters.
I had been thinking about that one forever, and I forgot to write it down on my list. Damn it. Yes, that is such a good pick.
Because I was just going to pick Morbius as a movie, but I mean, like, there's so many bad movies out there.
Yeah.
The fact that Morbius was so bad, it became a meme on the internet. Sony, I think it was Sony who made that movie, right? Yep. Sony was like, oh man, we could ride this wave of memes. And they even got like Jared Leto to like be part of it. They brought it back to theaters, and everyone's like, no, the reason why we're making fun of it is because it's bad. And they made a total of $35,000 from it coming back into theaters.
That is so funny. The movie flopped twice.
Yes.
My favorite thing about that movie is you have two lead actors in the movie. You have Matt Smith and you have Jared Leto.
Mm-hmm.
So what actor should we pick to be the charismatic good guy? Doctor Who? No, let's pick Jared Leto, the soulless alien robot. And then how about the villain? Oh, should we Jared Leto, who's creepy and was like a villain in Blade Runner 2040? No, Matt Smith, the guy everyone loves. Let's have him be the villain in this.
It's insane. Makes no sense. And that was like a good summer. That made that like a good summer. You're like, that's the thing people were talking about. It's Morbid time.
It's Morbid time.
I was on a Discord with someone who is a prominent TikToker. Shout out, I think RJ the Composer. Fantastic on TikTok. Go follow him. He made an entire musical about Morbius. He has also never seen the movie Morbius.
Perfect.
It was an entire stage production in New York that was recorded. And I think it's somewhere. I hope that he has it saved somewhere.
I would like to see a copy of that.
Yes. Yeah.
I would too. That sounds amazing.
Mm-hmm. He has the guy, who's the guy in the Matrix?
Keanu Reeves?
Yeah, what's his name? The guy in
Neo?
the guy in
Mr. Smith.
No, the guy in the suit.
Lawrence.
I haven't seen those movies.
Who are you talking about, man?
The Matrix.
You're talking about. Are you talking about Mr. Smith in the suit?
Morpheus.
Oh, okay.
Yes. Morpheus is in the musical of Morbius.
That's good.
Yeah. Anyway, so bringing Morbius back. Terrible idea. Hank, what you got?
Oh, is it my pick again? Oh, goodness. All right. I'm going to say, now this one's like, the bad idea wasn't quite in 2022, but the consequences of it rolled around in 2022, making it the bad idea. Okay. Writing a book about how to murder your husband and then murdering your husband and then getting convicted of murdering your husband.
What are you referencing?
Have you guys not heard about this? A lady wrote a book in 2011 called How to Murder Your Husband, and then in 2018 murdered her husband, and then in 2022 was convicted of murdering her husband.
That sounds like a bad idea in 2018.
Exactly. Like there was a couple of things. Like I was gonna say,
you think that doesn't count?
No, I don't think it counts because I was gonna pick the Alex Jones trial. But none of that happened in 2022. Just the consequences of it did. And honestly,
I don't think don't count.
I don't think the consequences are a bad idea. I think
nobody's idea is to have some consequences happen to them.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. In that case, I've got other options. Bayonetta 3. Did any of you guys hear about this?
It looks weird.
Well, but not the game itself.
About.
This was a voice actor having a bad idea. The voice actor who played Bayonetta in the first two games decided to make a big hoopla on Twitter about why she was not chosen to play Bayonetta in the third game and was instead the casting was handed to Jennifer Hale, a very prominent voice actor. And she went on Twitter and said it was because they were only offering to pay her a measly $4,000 for her entire acting role as the main character of a large video game franchise. And people were rightfully like, that does suck. That kind of sucks that they only offered you that. And then a couple days later, an article came out from Bloomberg that was a complete lie. In fact, she was offered $1,000 an hour for 5 4-hour sessions. So up to $20,000 at $1,000 an hour. That sounds more reasonable for voice acting, but she wanted a 6-figure sum and residuals. And when she wasn't given that, she walked away and then decided to then turn around and lie about it on Twitter, which then completely turned public opinion on her when the truth came out on it.
Right.
And now she not only does not have that role, it did not work in getting her that role. Now people also are mad at her.
It's much easier to lie about stuff that isn't written in a contract.
Yeah.
Because there was like someone just like, I'll just grab the PDF that we sent over to her.
Right.
It's not
They
that
literally
hard.
got the receipts.
Yeah. So
yeah.
Bad idea. Lying about a pay dispute on Twitter to try and get the people on public on your side when it can easily be disproven.
And in all
my
fairness,
next bad idea.
I still don't know if that. I mean, I don't know what the pay rates are for voice acting, but $1,000 an hour seems pretty good for the amount of work it is. Seems all right. That being said, I don't know which pay rate idea is more accurate to what the industry standard should be, but nonetheless, she did lie publicly about what she was offered. So yeah, that is pretty bad.
Exactly. Trying to lie on Twitter to get people on your side and then not being able to back it up. That's a bad idea.
Hey, but lying on Twitter is a lot of fun. Anyway, Cowan, it is your pick.
So the New York Yankees, this is a bad idea that they're just continuing to enforce. If you play for the New York Yankees, you're not allowed to have facial hair. You're not allowed to have a beard on the Yankees.
Is that a new thing this year?
They're continuing to enforce it, and they have a new pitcher named Carlos Rodon, who they signed for $150 million. He has a nice beard. He's from Venezuela. Good looking dude. Without a beard, he looks bad. Homie's got a big double chin. It's like, that's why he had the beard.
Yeah.
And he asked the Yankees, he was like, please, can I keep my beard? And they said no. So he showed up to his introductory press conference looking not so happy and clean shaven.
What's his name?
Carlos Rodon.
Yeah, I gotta look this up.
Carlos Rodon.
Let's get a visual reference.
Okay, so I'm seeing him with the Giants with a beard. Good looking fella.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, I see.
Oh
no.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
Exactly
he's a man with the beard. He's like, you know what I don't typically use this language, but he's like a man. And then without it, he looks like I don't even know what he looks like. Yeah.
He looks like a high school bully.
Dude from marketing.
Yeah, it's two guys from marketing. He does look like a dude from marketing.
That's Tim from marketing. Yep. That's him.
So it's just a really dumb rule that the Yankees have, especially since so many baseball guys are beard guys.
Yeah.
And there's been so many cool baseball beards and mustaches that it just sucks that they do that. For my lightning round pick,
and the lightning round, we're in the last picks.
I saved this. It might be a worse idea than other ideas, but I just don't want to talk about it that much. So I saved it for the lightning round. But as a soccer fan, continuing and going through with holding a World Cup in Qatar, that was number one on my list. A good idea.
Yeah. Yes.
It's just, I mean, the soccer ended up being good at the end, and that was fun. But like, there was just so many problems with it, and it just completely messed up all the leagues, like the Premier League, Bundesliga, all the normal soccer leagues, just cut a huge hole in their season.
Yeah. And Premier League is playing on like a Tuesday. I'm like, what on earth is that about?
Yeah.
I've never seen that happen.
It's dumb.
Yeah. We're not cutting short because we don't think there's a lot of problems with it. We're cutting short because it's lightning round, but absolutely Qatar World Cup, terrible idea from the get-go. I agree with you.
Yep.
Yes. Hank, what do you think?
Lightning round pick for me. The metaverse losing Meta $9.4 billion.
Oh my gosh.
That's a pretty stupid. But hey, they've got legs. The legs were pre-rendered and not actually they weren't actually ready for the presentation.
Oh my God.
But they presented that they have legs. 9.4 billion in the hole, baby.
9.4
That's a bad
billion.
idea.
That's so much
That's a real
money.
bad idea.
What did you say? Did you say 94? I said 9.4. Just making
sure. I know,
sure
9.4 billion.
Okay, cool.
Insane. And metaverse, I think, was like the word of the year for some dictionary. Like, it was a huge deal. And I've said this, I think I'm going to say it in a future episode, but it blows my mind. I like virtual reality. I think it's amazing, but it's insane that we took this really cool medium where you can experience entertainment in art and things that enriches your life in this whole new way. We can bring people to places they've never even seen or thought of. And we're like, what if we like work in there? Like, what? Why did we choose that?
Between cryptocurrency and this is really sounding the alarm for that kind of technology, and I just think that alarm is being pushed now, and people are thinking about it.
Exactly. Metaverse as a whole, even, but specifically spending $9.4 billion on it. Terrible idea. My last pick, the fact that, Hank, you technically didn't pick it, so I'm going to pick it. Elon Musk buying Twitter. Terrible idea. The way he's been running it, I don't even know into the ground. I don't know what the status is, but all the changes he's making to it, just from like a technical standpoint. Just today, they added views the tweets. So now you can see like how many people, not even how many people, how many times a tweet has been viewed. They swapped around the info for like likes and retweets. So the buttons are like quote or like comment, retweet, like. But when you click on the tweet and it gives like the info, it goes likes, retweets, quote tweets. So it's like completely swapped. Doesn't make any sense. And of course, just being Elon Musk not being funny, trying to be funny and run Twitter, but also like making him the center of attention. Where I don't know. Yeah.
Hank, what do you like? Elon Musk is going crazy. What do you think the inside of his head sounds like right now?
Yeah.
Yeah,
that's a really good reference. That's a really good reference.
That is a really good, right? That is true. That's so true. Can we just talk about how the other day Elon Musk decided, you know what? Official companies' Twitter profile pictures should be squares.
Yeah.
When everybody just designed their profile pictures to be circles.
Especially since our company's logo is a circle, and so now it just looks stupid.
It looks bad.
USA Today's logo is a circle. It is a circle. That is their logo.
Same,
flat circle. And now it's inside a square.
Yeah, not that good.
Like, I know that every person who, every company, like some dude who manages the Twitter just looked and was like, oh, fuck, we got to redo that. Like, minor inconvenience, but for a little bit there, every single company is like, why? It doesn't even look good. It looks nice and cohesive having them all be circles.
Yeah. It was, to be fair, it was originally squares, but then we switched the circles and we're like, better. That looks better. And then it's insane. There's different colors of verification. And then we didn't even cover the big thing of Twitter Blue ruining companies. Insane. Yeah. Oh my gosh.
And we didn't even cover the biggest issues was that I have a clam and bacon pizza that's now waiting for me.
Oh, yes.
So we need to wrap this episode up.
Yes. Let's review our picks. Cohen, you went first. You picked the crypto crash, Russell Wilson to Denver, the Warner Discovery merger, no facial hair for the Yankees, and the Qatar World Cup. Hank, you went second. You picked the downfall of FTX, Elon trying to be funny, Wife Guys, Bayonetta 3 kerfuffle, and the metaverse. And I went last, and I picked the slap. Yay, being the queen, the Morbius rerun in Elon's Twitter. We left a lot of stuff on the board. I think
Brad's list sounded the most shitty, which I think means that it was the best.
Yes, thank you. I won. Well, also we have Liz Truss. The 6 weeks she was in office.
That's one I thought about putting in there.
That was one. Yeah. We have the Don't Worry Darling situation. Which we didn't even touch on. I put the Houston Astros winning the World Series. I thought that was a bad idea.
I got a chicken burger at Burger King the other day. That was a really bad idea.
It's a lot. It's just so much.
It's not good.
It's not good.
I considered talking about the Book of Boba Fett for a minute. That was a wreck.
No, it was not good.
That was a freaking wreck. Hey, the idea of taking a badass character and force him to be in a position where he has to sit in a chair has potential. Show him struggling to live like that, but maybe just like do nothing with him. Actually have him sit in a chair and then just write him out of the show. That's not good.
Good stuff.
That's not good. So that's my honorable mention. That fucking show. Good grief.
Yeah. So, Cohen, thank you so much for continuing the tradition of drafting the worst of 2022. Where can we find you? What you got going on in your life?
Twitter. I don't tweet. What am I talking about?
Yeah, I was about to say.
If you put my name in YouTube, you can watch the goofy videos I've made. Although I don't consistently make YouTube videos. Watch Idaho Today weekdays at 12:30 on KTVB.
Yes.
And KTVB Plus. And
download KTV Plus on Roku and Fire TV today.
Absolutely. And have a lovely holidays. You probably already had a lovely holidays once this episode came out, but if it comes out before the new year, let's live it up for 2023. If we survive, let's do a third fantasy draft next year, huh?
I'm ready for it. Thank you, Cohen. You can log off, and then Hank and I can finish this episode. You got to go eat your pizza. Yeah.
Have a good one.
Evening. Enjoy that pizza.
Thanks for having me. See ya.
All right. Cohen is gone.
Thank God. Oh my goodness.
It's just always a handful. You have to see what I deal with every day.
Yeah,
right?
every day. Good grief.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I feel like you guys did better with like good, large, bad ideas than me. I was kind of like racking my brain and end up finding like smaller little events.
Dude, you picked the downfall of FTX. That's, I think, if not number one, definitely top 3 of the worst ideas.
Insane how that company fucking just was obliterated.
Yeah, and there's a whole arena named after it in Miami. That's where the Heat played.
Is it still named that?
I don't know. That's what I keep checking on just to see if it's still going to be called
That's funny. They're just like FTX Arena.
Yeah.
Yeah. Whoopsie.
Yeah, they're just kind of scooting their way around saying that. They're like, they play at the basketball court, guys. Let's go check it out. No.
I considered appearing in crypto ads in the Super Bowl for Larry David and Matt Damon, but I decided we had kind of beaten the crypto horse.
I was not expecting that to be the first 2 picks of the draft to be about cryptocurrency.
Crypto manages to continue to have some pretty stupid shit going on with it. It's just pretty consistently.
Mm-hmm. I also put the Mauna Loa volcano erupting, but I don't think that was a bad idea. I think that's just nature.
Yeah. I don't think that's much of an idea at all.
I think that just kind of happened. But yeah, thanks for listening. Let's talk about where you can find us now that Cohen guy's gone. Jeez Louise.
Check out youtube.com/HankFarr. Check out my animations. By the time that you're listening to this, you should have a new Christmas animation. It doesn't have a title yet, but that's in progress. That should be out. Now, it won't be Christmas anymore, but you can still watch it. It'll be really good.
It's still the holiday season. Probably by the time this comes out.
Yeah, by the time this comes out, I'm pretty sure this will be going out before the Epiphany, so it'll still be the 12 days of Christmas. So watch the Christmas short film that we'll be having going out soon. Yeah. And then check out Little Brother's Turn on Steam, and check out my Lego building work at Faraway Bricks on Instagram. Bradley, where can we find you?
You can find me on Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, Letterbox. I keep forgetting that one. All at Bradley with an E, or you go to brad.rocks to see everything that I've ever done, really ever. You can also go to at No Ideas Pod on Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, and YouTube. So the way the YouTube works, hear me out. You have to go to youtube.com/@NoGoodIdeasPod, and you can watch. It's weird, but it's the shorthand. You can also go to NoGoodIdeasPod.com. I'll have a link there. But you can watch full-length episodes and watch them in glorious vision.
Yeah, see our beautiful faces.
You can see whatever this thing's going on. You can check that out.
That's rough.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on there.
Yeah, you can see what I look like after I've been sitting at my computer drawing digital art for, every free hour I have during the day.
Mm-hmm.
Not doing anything else with my life. Hint. A little greasy.
Yeah. But hey, go check out his animations. They're really good.
Yeah, they're worth the time. Alrighty. Thank you all for joining. And with that, I believe that in concurrence with an episode where we discussed the Denver Broncos and Russell Wilson and all that, football! Woo!